Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DiPietro and Bob Zagami.
Oh, there we are. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to RVing in New England. I don't know what that blank space was.
Didn't you? Wait, Zagami.
What?
Didn't you hear the announcer say, and now's your host, here's your host, John DiPietro and Bob Zagami?
No, I heard him say, here's your host, Bob Zagami and John DiPietro. What? You must have been hearing something different.
Well, you know what? I shouldn't complain because at least you pressed the button tonight.
I did press the button tonight. And before
so we are live.
Yeah. Before we hop into that, let's make an acknowledgement for our new sponsor, who is going to be with us until June 30th. Seacoast RVs in Saco, Maine, home of #1 crop dealer, park model dealer in the country, the newest Winnebago motorized dealer in New England, and soon to be the Elevation park model dealer in New England. Kenny and Amanda Blow, who own the company, are creating family fun on Route 1. We hope that if you're up in the Maine area, stop in and say hello. Tell them thank you for sponsoring the show. And
Bob?
Yes, John.
They have propane and
the big parts store. One of the biggest.
If you're not going to buy anything, their parts store, accessory store. You know what? I think it's probably one of the nicest, if not the nicest, that I've seen in New England.
Well, and now I haven't been up for a couple of months, but now you're going to have a mini museum, because it just so happens that Kenny Blow is a world-class hunter. And when I say world-class, the big stuff, the grizzly bears, the moose, the black bears, shoots everything. And he's got all these stuffed animals, taxidermy. I don't know what the right word is, but they were
taxidermist.
And he's going to have them on the wall. He's building a little half mountain there. So it's going to be a great place to take the kids and show them what the wild animals around the country looks like. I mean, he shot some of these things in Yukon and Alaska and South Africa. He's been all over the world, and he's recognized as one of the world-class hunters in the world. So
we have a great show.
We have a fun show tonight.
A fun show tonight.
Not that we're not fun every week.
You know, we do have fun every week. Let's see. We're going from Maine to Florida. We have Jim Roy in Maine, right? Is he in Maine?
Jim is in Maine. Yeah.
Hey, Jim. You know, Jim Roy, this Jim Roy right here.
This Jim Roy, Silver Moose Restorations in Monmouth, Maine.
Smart enough to send. Okay, so we go from Maine all the way down the other end of I-95 to Florida to Walter Swenson. Then we come back to New England and see Ryan and Dante and Greg. Now, Kevin has come all the way out from Elkhart. He's probably somewhere, or he's going to be.
He's at the
Kevin,
Big E.
you out there yet?
RV show at the Big E with Hemlock Hill RV. Cougar display will be great. And our sponsor, Seacoast RV, will be there also with a Winnebago motorhome and a park model. Are you out here or coming out for the show, Kevin? Just let us know. Hi, Mark is there. Jim Conboy, thank you. And Jim, are you? You're out in Springfield. Jim Conboy, you're out in Springfield. Look for the RV roof. And,
let's see.
Jim,
they would have moved in by now.
Yeah,
they would have moved in by now.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, New England RV Roof is so busy right now. He is continually posting new roofs and even new roofs on new RVs. Now, you might think that's kind of crazy. But there are people who drive the motorhome or the trailer out of the dealership down to Plainville, Mass, and take care of their roof worries forever with a lifetime warranty with the Flex Armor roof system that Jim puts on. Brand new units.
Yep. And Greg says that Tim's RV will be in Springfield as well. Now, Frank is very interesting. He said, what?
Yeah, Tim's got a great display of Intech, and I think he'll have some of the Braxton Creek out there. And Tim is killing it with Intech. #4 Intech dealer in the country out there in beautiful downtown RVing, Massachusetts. Don't blink. I don't know if
you could call it downtown.
Beautiful downtown. Don't blink when you go through. You got to look at the left.
Bob, there's a definition of downtown means an intersection of two streets. There's no two streets that intersect there.
Well, there is. There
Route
is.
9 goes right through.
Next to the church, across from RVing Station, in that lovely chocolate shop that his wife owns out there. Yeah.
So Frank says,
right, Greg. Greg is on top of this tonight. He's
Mans.
He's out there. Yeah, Mans.
Frank says patiently waiting for spring and good camping again. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Frank, do what I'm doing. I'm heading to Florida tomorrow. I got the RV out of storage today. I got it all gassed up. I got all the air in the tires. I got the oil changed. I got the Rain-X on the windshield. And I had Walter Swenson guide me on my route around New York City. Now, chances are very good that I'm not going to make the time that Walter. No, not chances are very good.
So you're not even going to come close to what Walter does.
I might not even make it within a day of how Walter does it.
Right.
But anyway, so Bob, when people go camping this weekend, there's a real big destination for camping this weekend, isn't there?
There's a little place in Florida called Daytona, home of the great American race and the Daytona 500 to kick off the NASCAR season. And we just happen to have a mobile reporter. Is he a roving reporter or a mobile reporter?
I don't know if he's either, but he's still got to earn his wings. It's his first night on the air.
You got to make him pay the bills. Why don't you do the introduction, because you know this guy pretty well.
No, you do the introduction.
All right. Our in the field reporter. Man, this is a better looking DiPietro than you, John.
There is no better looking DiPietro than me, except my grandson.
He's the younger and good looking DiPietro.
Thank you, Bob.
Michael, you are down at Daytona. You are in the camping area, right?
I am actually right now, Bob, a few miles from Daytona International Speedway. I'm in New Smyrna Beach at the New Smyrna racetrack, and I am in the motorhome park. This is Speed Weeks down here in Florida, and this area is kind of the warm-up to the big race. There's quite a few NASCAR stars that are driving in the super late model race, so we are seeing some celebrities. Earlier in the day when I got here, I was in the motorhome park. There's some phenomenal coaches that are here. Unfortunately, it's dark. I'm standing under a lamppost trying to illuminate as best I can some of the motorhomes that are behind me. But it's rather exhilarating. I'm going to get run over, I think, but nope, they're not hitting me.
Well, so it'll be bright and loud in Daytona. Now, you've been before, Michael.
I'm on TV right now, sir, so I'll be fine.
Give us the camper's view of Daytona. Why it's so exciting to our camper friends.
Yeah, I think first of all, that you and John alluded to earlier, it's warm. Right now, it's about 68 degrees. When I left Hartford this morning, it was 18 bone-chilling degrees. And the folks that I've talked to here in the park are all saying the same thing. They're trying to get away from the cold, from the snow, and get down and hope that spring is around the corner. Quite a few of the license plates are from New York, New Jersey, Delaware. I was able to meet a gentleman from Maine. I thought it was awesome that I met a Maine person, and I told him, this is the New England RV Dealers Association. You really are working out perfectly for my video. And they came down, got away from the weather, and now they'll be heading back, many of them on Sunday. They're not even staying for the Daytona 500. They're staying here for the local races. So just a great opportunity, I think, as John said, to get the motorhome out of the storage, get on the road and get a taste of what RVing is all about, which is really outdoor fun with family and friends and in a nice environment.
How many people does Daytona hold now, Michael? Do you know?
I heard, Bob, it was 100,000 people that they expect. It's sold out. All of the races that they have, there's races tomorrow night, Friday night, Saturday. These are all big league races like the Xfinity race, the truck race, and then, of course, the granddaddy of all, the Daytona 500. 100,000 people, sold out, probably as big of a crew as they had at the Super Bowl. And I'm getting moved around here. I feel like a weatherman on the Weather Channel, guys. But
so listen, so you're going to be at Daytona in the next couple of days, and you're going to be traversing the campgrounds, right? The camping areas.
I will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right. So you'll be getting some video of some crazy campers, right?
Well, I don't think any of them are crazy. I think they're all unique in their own way. But if you want me to try to find some of those, I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can.
Have you been to the same racetracks that John and I have been to?
Yeah, we have, Bob. But
we've been. Look, we don't want normal people. This is TV. We want the craziest of the crazies.
Okay.
And
we got an assignment for you, Michael.
Okay, I'll find them.
You have to find this guy at Daytona. Let me see if I can do this without screwing up here. But you got to find this guy at Daytona. And let me go here.
This is groundbreaking TV, folks. I have no idea what Bob is getting into here.
Hi, everybody. It's John DiPietro for RV Daily Report. We are at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we're talking to RVers because RVing and NASCAR go together. Right, Captain?
They sure do.
Tell us your name.
Captain Kirk.
And for legal purposes, that's all you're going to divulge, right?
That's it.
Okay. So behind us, you have an RV.
A custom RV, 1983 Fleetwood Aero Pace.
Okay, and you mean Pace Aero?
Oh, yeah. Yep, Pace Aero.
Pace Aero, a little dyslexia, but, it's the sun. So, consequently, tell us about this and where you got it.
We purchased this down in Columbia, South Carolina off of Craigslist for $3,500.
Okay, so, and you gave it a custom paint job?
We did give it a custom paint job. The A-Team, I don't know where that theme came up, but as you'll notice, once we get around, you'll see the whole black and red flow with our tailgate.
What do you do in your days when you're not at an RV track an RV camp at a racetrack?
I talk to folks about retirement, IRAs, and annuities.
So I'm looking over here. Our cameras haven't gone frightening, but you've taken this RVing thing to a whole new extreme. Let's go look over here, and you tell us what's going on here, Captain, because this is interesting. We're going to walk back this way, and let's go right into the living room over here and see what we got. So, yeah, don't want to knock a beer over. So what do you got?
Well, so this year, we get all this stuff off of Craigslist for free. We start about 2 months ahead of time. We get a public storage, and then we bring it all out here. We got, he's panning over there. We got a big screen TV, not plugged in yet. We got washing machines, sectionals. We got couches, big chairs. We actually have a dishwasher this year that we've been putting our dirty plates into in case we want to clean them up and use them for next year.
And then I look in the back, and I see something back there just in case the race is boring. What?
In case the race is boring, we've got a pool table, a bumper pool table. Also have a little trampoline there. The hot tub.
You said trampoline? Where's the trampoline?
The trampoline is right there with my bed on it.
Is that where you slept last night?
That's where I slept.
Okay. So it gives you an extra cushion support, huh?
It sure does. It sure does.
Now, do I see a hot tub?
It's a hot tub. It's not working. We didn't have time to get to it, so we just felt we had to bring it out. We were going to fill it up with ice and beer, but we got unmotivated.
Okay. So how many people are in your traveling circus, if you will? And this carpeting, Captain, is pretty interesting too.
Oh, the hay?
Can you show them the carpeting, Mr. Cameraman? Okay, so tell me about the carpeting.
Well, the carpeting actually came from last year because it rained. There's tornadoes here last year, and we didn't want to deal with it, so we threw hay down first. we were trying to pre-run the rain, and we might have got lucky. It hasn't rained yet.
And right behind us, it looks like you're probably vending soft drinks and ice cream, huh?
Sure. We're not. No, that's our tailgate right there. This is new for this year. It's my new baby. It was an old Coca-Cola concession trailer that we basically turned into a portable bar. We've got a flat grill, a pizza oven, a full-size kegerator with taps on the outside.
Let's take a walk over there. Come on, Captain. I'll follow you. But In the meantime, you got what? You fill these up?
Oh yeah, the beer tubes. Also black and yellow. Black, red.
Okay. Now I noticed that you've carried that black and red theme throughout. I mean, to say you're not coordinated would certainly not be the correct statement.
That's right. That's right. We figured we went with the A-team theme. Might as well stick with it.
Okay. Now let's go look inside here. Let's see what you got. What? And these are real. I mean, these aren't real kegs or anything like that. These aren't. I mean, these don't work, right?
Right.
Wait a minute.
They don't work at all.
Oh, they don't work at all. They don't work at all. But it looks like they're working. And you know, the number one thing in the media business is always feed the camera. Feed the cameraman.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so cameraman, can you show over the grill over there and
open up the pizza oven?
The pizza oven? Look at that. Look at that. With a stone on the pizza. And I understand that you even have a washing machine over here. Is that correct? Okay, let's look at it. I see the washing machine right over here. Let's take a walk over and see that washing machine. And I understand that right about now you're using Tide or something to get some grimy stuff out from before.
It gets dirty out here, so we got to keep them handy.
Let's take a look inside. What?
That's right.
Good Lord. And
Redneck cooler.
A redneck cooler. So, from Charlotte Motor Speedway, competing with a generator, it's Captain Kirk and John DiPietro saying so long for RV Daily Report.
Well, that was a typical RV fan. That was in Charlotte, but they're much more dignified at Daytona, right, Michael?
But Michael might know something about that.
I will find them, Bob. Now I know that was a good assignment he gave me. I will definitely find them.
If I recall correctly, he was the cameraman on that.
I was the cameraman, and that was a nice cold beer at 10 o'clock in the morning in a red Solo cup.
Yep. So you're going to head out. You've got races behind you. Turn around. So can we see the track?
Yeah, well, you really can't see the track. It's elevated from where I am.
You can see the lights.
You can see the lights. Right now, they're just staging some of the cars to get ready for the qualifying races. They just did, when we were talking, they were doing time trials. But I'm in an area, guys, where it's not really accessible to show you too much other than what I'm giving you right now.
Okay. So here's what you need to do. You need to go find those people like the captain.
Yeah, I know you've been a big fan of NASCAR for years. So who's your pick to click on Sunday, Michael?
Well, you know, that's a great question, Bob. I really think I have to cheer for Joey Logano. He's a Connecticut boy.
Right. He's
been a champion. He has a really good attitude and approach to the sport. And I think that's going to be the guy I'm going to cheer for. Down here. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's a good pick, though. He won the Clash last week.
Yep.
So he won the Clash, and then he went over to the hospital, and his lovely wife delivered their baby.
Right, baby. Yeah.
The race, and he did a lot of racing at Thompson and Stratford down in Connecticut there. Yeah. So he's kind of our local boy.
He earned his stripes. And Bob, down here at New Smyrna, there's quite a few of the New England folks. There's Derek Griffith out of Hudson, New Hampshire. Hudson Speedway is his sponsor. And Derek is really an up-and-coming racer. The time trials earlier, I think he was second fastest, and I believe he came in second place. All of these teams that are here have really cool haulers, and in the front of their hauler, they have what looks to be a fabricated motorhome. So the tractor part of it, the back part of it, is a complete motorhome, and then the trailer, which is a double-decker trailer, they can haul 2 or 3 cars in it. And where I was earlier today, and I sent over a clip, there's quite a few of those really unique retrofitted vehicles. And mostly all of these people live out of their motorhomes during the course of the racing season. So they'll practice, get out of the car, go in the motorhome where it's air conditioned or heated, have a soft drink, maybe something to eat, and then come back out. So the motorhomes are a very big part of the racing community. And of course, the fans all really try to outdo each other with food, with decorations, with flags. I mean, I've seen motorhomes at Daytona where the back of the motorhome drops down and you literally have what I would call a deck with railings.
Right.
And I think down here in this area, you see a lot more of these types of add-ons to the motorhomes.
Well, you know, what's one of the fun things about NASCAR versus a lot of other sports, and you can certainly attest to this, is the fans are so close to the drivers and the drivers are so close to the fans. Where else can you go up to somebody
You're right.
5 minutes before the race, ask for an autograph, and get it while the guy or the gal is walking to their car? You can go down to the pits. Watch
exactly. Well, we were in the pits earlier today. That's how we got the up close and personal. And at Daytona now, what they've done on the big stage there is they sell a package called Fan Zone, where you are actually in the infield. And although you can't go down into the garage area, on top of the garage, they have railings where you can be on top of the garage, look over and down into the area where they're working on the cars. So they really have brought the fans right up close and personal to the drivers. And I don't think there's any other sport that they have done that. Maybe horse racing when you're at Saratoga, when the jockeys are walking by.
Yeah, but there again, you can't get into the stables. And
no, I know.
You can't walk around with the trainer. I mean, hell, you can go down in the pits and talk to the crew chief 10 minutes before the race goes on.
Yeah, especially here with the grassroots. But like I say, this is the build-up. This is the hype to the big track. There's really no action over there tonight. That's why you got so many people here. This place is sold out. I would probably think it's probably 6,000 people, like a small football stadium, you know, with the bleachers, and people are eating their hot dogs and drinking a cold beer. And,
well, it's a great way to introduce people to the sport, because most communities have a dirt track or a small track where these guys all start out.
Right.
And work themselves up through modifieds and hopefully get a contract for the trucks or the Xfinity Series. But it's an inexpensive night out for the family. It's a fun time. You know, we just lost Beach Ridge up in Maine. They're going to put the rumor is going to be an Amazon warehouse, but Beach Ridge was sold to a development company in Massachusetts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we lost that one. Yep, we'll do that.
Well, Greg says Nerd should do a live show from Daytona.
Well, we got the next best thing. We got Michael DiPietro down the street, and you should probably cut a little video for us that we can play next week, Michael. While you're
I'll be glad to do that.
Hold the camera side.
I'll get them. I'll be glad to get them.
We're neglecting our fans. Greg said. I thought that was a brilliant statement from DiPietro. I should have known better. Greg said Nerd should do a live shot from Daytona. Okay. Mike Perry's here. Tim's here. You are a wonderful human being. He must be talking about you, Michael. He knows John and I too well.
Thank you so much.
Mike Perry's there. Mike was our guest last week. He had a great show. Tons of Northeast guys down there running tour mods and late models. Mark, Hudson, New Hampshire. Hello, all. Be careful. Ryan. Maria's here. Yeah.
Look at Ryan. Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Right, Mark Polk is here. Now he's in North Carolina, so he's close to Charlotte, and can get over there to the big race. Frank K says Daytona. They say there are a huge percent of campers compared to all others attending the race.
That's probably correct.
I'm not. Do you mean trailers, Frank? Because there's a ton of motorhomes at.
I think he's referring to trailers and RVers in general. There's a huge crowd of them down there. I think that's what he's trying to say, and that's so true.
Okay.
That's so true. But they have campgrounds that are right on the track there. In fact, they even sell space in the infield in a lot of the tracks.
Mark's got a question about Connecticut. He says, will there be any other park models besides Seacoast with truck? I honestly don't know, Mark. I've been so busy this week. I haven't checked. I'm going to be posting the vendors that are up there. There are usually some other vendors with. I think Highway Campers will be there. They're a truck dealer down there also. So Highway Campers might be there, and I'm not sure if Cold Springs is doing that, but if Cold Springs is there, they'll probably have some. So you'll see more than just the Seacoast one, but hopefully you'll have that. All right, Michael, I'll tell you what, we got a little commercial coming up, and then we got Sarah Dover from Dometic, who is sponsoring their first NASCAR-related event. They're going to be on watch for the number 3 Dometic truck in the truck series.
Truck race.
Truck race.
Yeah, in the truck race.
Friday night.
That's going to be their branded. They're doing 4 truck races. They're doing 3 Xfinity races, and there probably isn't a camper in the world that doesn't know the name Dometic. So we're going to bring Sarah on. She's the brand manager for the RV OEMs and aftermarket products, and she is down in Daytona. And if she liked your performance, Mike, and she has a couple of extra passes, if one of their customers don't show up, you don't mind if you send her your telephone. And
perfect.
No problem. We don't promise anything on this show.
That's all right. No problem. Look forward to it.
All right, Michael. Thanks very much.
Hey, thanks, guys. Enjoy the cold weather.
All right.
See you now.
All right.
If you liked him, he learned it all from me. If you didn't, he doesn't listen to a word I say. Hi, Sarah.
Sarah, how are you?
Hi, how are you guys? Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Sarah.
Thank you.
Are you guys going to be is Dover one of the tracks that you're going to be sponsoring at?
I wish we were, because my husband would be ridiculously ecstatic, but we won't be there. But it's on my 2 sponsor list for next year.
No, the number 3 is, who owns those cars? Is it Richard?
Jordan? No. Jordan Anderson Racing, right, Sarah?
Yeah. Jordan Anderson actually owns the truck and the Xfinity Series car. He is both team owner and driver. He'll be driving the truck on Friday night, and then the Xfinity car is driven by another gentleman, and we won't actually be on that car just yet. We're gonna have I think it's like the wheel side at later races. So right now we're just focusing on the truck, and we're super excited, man. This has been just such an exhilarating event. I think that most of us on the marketing team and on the sales team haven't actually been to a NASCAR event before. So, we're learning a lot. We're taking it all in. There's a lot of things that I think are unexpected and exciting. And this is also the first time that Dometic has actually sponsored a NASCAR driver and team. So it's good. And we've had such a great time with Jordan. He's a wonderful entrepreneur. He's a great man. And he's just been a class act all around. So we're super proud to be behind him and partnered with him.
Sarah, let me ask you some business questions, not racing questions, but business questions. What does Dometic, how will you determine whether or not your sponsorship is worth the dollars that you have to pay for it? Are you taking that driver, or do you have show trucks that you're going to be taking to dealerships? How are you going to, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So, a couple of our main goals were to use this opportunity to spend time with some of our top dealers. And so just being able to have an opportunity that's different, to give them a chance to relate with us on a different level has been awesome. We've got a couple dealers that are coming out with us this week. And then for the next races, we're going to do some dealer on-site events where we are possibly raffling off or giving away one of our coolers. And we'll have a couple other things, up and running for those events. We're probably going to do a fan meet and greet at one of the dealerships if we can make that happen with Jordan's schedule. The other thing that's been really big for us, from a marketing perspective, is making sure that we're spending time with our customers and getting out to where the customers are and interacting with them, providing engagement, and honestly just meeting them where they are, where they're spending time. We started that today. We're just doing some grassroots marketing efforts, and it's been super successful. There's a lot of folks, to Bob's point when he introduced me, there's a lot of folks that know Dometic. Now some folks may not know Dometic until, they have to replace their AC or their water heater or that kind of thing. But I think once they have an interaction with Dometic, they definitely know them and they know the products. And, it's been great to talk about the products and the services. We have a new Dometic service pilot side of our business, I guess you could say, that we started towards the end of last year in October. And that's out of Orlando. We have a 3-person team that will come to any campsite or resort or wherever your RV is parked within 50 miles of Orlando. And so we've been able to talk about that here. And I think something else we're going to look at doing maybe in the next few races to come is actually providing some on-site mobile service, which will be huge for folks. So if we can provide that, that'll be awesome.
Yeah. What about on the pilot
exactly
on the pilot program? Is that just at races, or you're going out to campgrounds, or how does that work?
Yeah. So the pilot program, it's called Dometic Service, and right now it's a 3-man team. It's ran by my colleague Jay Varr, and they're out of Orlando. They will service your rig within 50 miles outside of Orlando at all times. That doesn't have anything to do with races. That's just our business model.
Now, do they go out? Are they the spokesperson, and do you hire independent mobile techs to do the work, or do you work with independent? The reason I ask is Ryan Hadley, who's on here, is one of our best mobile techs in New England, and he's an authorized service and warranty Dometic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right now, like I said, it's a pilot program. So what we're doing is we have a landing page, and we've been promoting it within the Orlando area, and we're promoting it with RV parks that are in that area. I've done a bunch of marketing and advertising, and we've put out the word. And so they've been taking appointments and heading out. And right now we're going to see how that goes. And then I think the intent is that over the next the next year or so, we'll probably do a couple other pilot program, in different cities, and then we'll see how it goes. Our guys right now are employed by Dometic, and they are Dometic techs that are certified and trained on our product. And I think there's definitely the possibility we could expand to include, other types of service businesses to work with us. But right now it's just those 3 guys.
So Sarah, you've been, I'm sure, being in the marketing. Well, you must be a legend, because Kevin Hiroki says that Sarah Dover is as good as it gets in marketing. Do you know Kevin?
I do know Horky. Kevin and I worked together at
You must know him. She calls him Horky. See, only his very best friends call him Horky. Right.
So go ahead. How do you know him?
Yeah.
Were you at Thor?
I was at Keystone RV for the last 3 years. Yes. And when I was at Keystone, I was part of the team that started up their Keystone Ignite sales portal. And I have to say that Horky was a really big champion of the portal. And he has taught me a ton about RVing, about cougars. And he was a great support system for me at Keystone, and one of my dear friends in the business. And I love Horky.
He's one of our fans, but we're one of his fans because you know him. And manufacturers reps come and go. They mean well, but there's only a handful out there that you really would introduce your spouse to. I mean, it's this
absolutely.
This guy takes care of his dealers. He's at their shows. He's at the showroom. He trains them the right way. He's in 110%, and that's what we love, because we've got 35 dealers up here, and Kevin talks to a lot of them all the time. But he's one of our fan favorites too. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he's a fan favorite. I'm a fan of his, and he's a class act, man. That's good people.
Yep.
So we presume high class, not low class.
He does have one. Excuse me, John. I didn't mean to step on you there, but he does have one problem, though, Sarah, and maybe you could work with him on this. He was on vacation down here in Naples around the holidays. He was probably 20 minutes from me,
and he didn't come see you.
Oh.
He went to one of the nicer ice cream places on Fifth Avenue South, and then posted a picture. And I said that I didn't get my invitation. I could have been there in 20 minutes, and I was heartbroken. But you'll have to work with him.
I will. I'll make sure when I get back to Elkhart, I'll call him and we'll have a little discussion about his customer service, and I will make sure we improve on that for sure.
That would be appreciated.
I'm sure that you'll be on a lot of shows like this if you're the brand manager and all that other stuff. They put you on shows and interviews and all that other stuff. But we're the only show with a live studio audience that gets to participate. And one of our people, Walter Swenson, our resident engineer, said, I saw a Dometic vehicle at the Lowe's in Clermont, Florida, and that must have been the team. Could that very well be?
Yes, that would have been, if he saw one of our Dometic service vans, that would 100% have been our team. And they actually have, one of the guys lives in Clermont. I think actually both of them do. If you see those guys, be sure to holler at them. They are some of the best warm and fun and down-to-earth guys that I've met in the business. And honestly, those guys are hard workers, and they have had a ton of really, really positive reviews. Our customers love them. So it's Robert and Marwan is their names. Don't hesitate. Go up to them and tell them you saw them and give them a high five.
I'm disappointed in Swenson because this guy is not bashful, Sarah. I mean,
I'm
surprised he didn't go up and knock on the door and say, hey, Walter Swenson is here.
But he didn't know, Bob. He didn't know about this until tonight. This is breaking news.
But if it said Dometic, come on, don't.
The vehicle. So
it's breaking news. Like that? This is breaking news.
It would have been a service vehicle. He would have seen.
So, Sarah, people always say that, oh, you guys get, to watch the race and do this, that. The reality of it is, in your job, you might not even get to see a lap of the race because you're always attending to customers and clients and et cetera, et cetera. So it's not as easy as the job description may sound like it is, right?
Yeah, that's 100% true. You know what? It's funny when I worked at Keystone over there with Horky, I had definitely the idea and the dream to take one of these RV industry, manufacturers and take us to NASCAR. And I'm super excited to be here at Dometic. And I'm so proud that the team and the leadership has fully backed this strategy and this partnership with Jordan Anderson. But this has been a lot of hard work, and we've put it together really quickly. Not just myself, but I have a team of about 10 individuals behind me in marketing, and they're across across the nation. A lot of them are there in Elkhart with me over in RV country. But we've got some people that are in Chicago. We've got some people in Washington and Oregon, and it's been a lot of early days and late nights. And then while we arrived on Monday just to kind of get a lay of the land, see where our rig was going to be, and check in with everybody you gotta check in with. And so we've been going nonstop here for the past 3 or 4 days, and then tomorrow's going to be a very big day. We are going to be gathering some content of our obviously the team and Jordan Anderson. We're going to be talking to some of the customers that are out there, just talking about the race, talking about what NASCAR means to RVing. I'd love to hear why they choose to follow their drivers and hit the circuit, because they're really loyal to the sport, and they're loyal to RVing, and RVing is a huge community.
Look at there's no fan base in the world that is more dedicated to their brand than RVers. And all 100%. Those times when Jeff Gordon was driving, his fans only drank Pepsi. They didn't drink Coke. And the Dale Earnhardt fans, the Dale Jr. fans only drank Coke. And, you know, it's just, you know, the Ford people, the Chevy people, the Toyota people, it's insane. But from your aspect of it, as the season goes on, and we're going to get to a couple races this year in person, if it's the same track, then we'll partner up with you. But in the meantime, if you know, tell us what your next race is. And again, the show is RVing in New England, but we have a national fan base. We'll get some of your swag.
So we're going to be, I would love to give you guys some of my swag. So we're going to be at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway the weekend of March 4th. So I leave here, and then we're headed to do a photo shoot in Miami, and then I'm going to go home and see my family for a few days, and then we'll head out to Vegas. And then we got a little bit of a break. We're going to be at Darlington May 6th, and then Texas Motor Speedway May 20th. And then we will be on Jordan Anderson's Xfinity car for Charlotte, New Hampshire, and Michigan. And that'll be a little bit later in summer.
That's right.
All right, so let's team up with NERVDA, and we'll support you 100%. But let's do a NERVDA event in New Hampshire. Also, we got 3 or 4 dealers right there in New Hampshire. So if there's an opportunity for NERVDA to help you out, whether you want some dealers there, whether you want some customers, maybe we'll have you back on before that event and promote it and do something for Dometic up there, because that's right in our backyard.
I would love to do that.
Sarah,
I would love to do that. Let's put the heads together. Yes, I am. Born and raised in Indiana, man. I've grown up in the Elkhart, Michiana, South Bend, Mishawaka area my whole life. I got away for a little bit, spent some time in Indy, and I've been to the Indy 500 racetrack, but I'm back in the RV industry, and got zero plans of leaving anytime soon. So you guys will definitely be with me.
Here's why I asked that, because
you got to get Dometic down
to New England.
The Brickyard. You got to get the Dometic into that Brickyard 400 race. Hey, let me ask you.
Yeah, Bob, we gotta walk before we run.
Yeah, I know. Let me ask you to hold for 30 seconds, because I've been neglecting our sponsor.
Okay, I'll do this one, Zagami.
All right.
Okay. This show is brought to you by Seacoast RVs, creating family fun on Route 1 in Saco, Maine. Now, if you want to buy a park model, that's great. If you want to buy a Winnebago product, that's great. And they're also going to be at the Springfield RV and Camping Expo this weekend coming up, folks. But if you're not buying anything right now, but if you have an RV, they have parts and they have service, and they're both great. I mean, it's a giant dealership. They've got, I think, one of the nicest stores in New England. And if you're looking for something that broke on yours, that's the place to go. So the other thing is this. Keep in mind that they're right near Old Orchard Beach, so there's great restaurants nearby. And we want to thank Kenny and Amanda as our new sponsors right here on RVing in New England. Seacoast RVs, everybody, Route 1, Saco, Maine.
I will second that. They're a great NERVDA dealer. Okay.
Now,
so
Sarah, when you come to New Hampshire, okay, Zagami's in nearby Maine, okay, they don't have native lobsters in Elkhart.
Right.
They don't have anything in Elkhart except Steak and Shake or Shake and Steak and a couple other places. Although what was that place we went with Kevin?
The
fish place.
Chubby Trout. Chubby Trout.
Oh, yeah.
Sarah knows
that.
She grew up out there.
Yeah.
Well, he went because they have 40 different kinds of beer.
I will.
So Zagami will buy you a lobster.
Okay, you buy me a lobster, and if you guys come see me in Elkhart, I will take you. The one thing that you guys may not have is Amish food. Now, one of my favorites is the Essen House.
Blue Door, Blue Gate.
The Blue Gate. The Blue Gate is another one. Those are probably my top two favorite joints that are out there in Middlebury. And it'll warm your bones. It's going to be hearty, and you're going to be really full.
No, we've been to Elcott several times. I agree.
Yeah.
And I love the lemon meringue pie at Blue Gate.
What was the other place that you mentioned, Sarah? What was
it's
the place
called
you were mentioning?
The Essen House.
Essen House.
Oh yeah. It's just down the street on Route 20 or Route 6 or 5.
Yep. Right on 20.
Yep.
That's that giant place. Yep. Yeah, great food down there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so when you come, we'll have to plan your trip. Maybe you come in a day early because you'll have to come over to Maine. Okay. But you can come over. We can go over to what's the place that Flanders takes me? I forget, but it's right across the bridge in Kittery. There's a lobster pound there.
I would absolutely love that.
Warren's Lobster House.
Yeah. That's Chauncey's too, right on the water.
Flanders takes me there when we're up there. But we'll do that.
Yeah.
And
so Sarah.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
We have an audience right now. You can ask them anything you want about what they think of Dometic. What should Dometic be coming out with new products with? Their line is much more than just portable refrigerators and air conditioners. Tell us more about what else you all got out there.
Yeah, so I think that's what is probably very, that might be new to everybody, learning a little bit more about the full depth and breadth of Dometic. Dometic has been known for, years, like hundreds of years, like 100 years for ACs and for refrigeration. We were really, the leaders in refrigeration years ago. And now our mission is to really get people outdoors, no matter the vehicle. And a lot of folks, especially since COVID has come, a lot of people are getting outdoors. Maybe they're in their SUV, or maybe they're getting out in their boat, or they're getting out in their RV, obviously. And so Dometic is really focusing on making mobile living easier, no matter the vehicle. And we all know that RVers, a lot of them have trucks. A lot of us have boats. And so there's multiple ways that RVer gets outdoors, or when they are in their RVs, they're going to do multiple things besides just camp. They're going to go hunting and fishing, and all of those vehicles that take them there can use Dometic products. And so we have along with our standard portfolio that us for, the AC, the refrigerator, the toilet. We have one of the leading toilets in the industry, and it's a very
and chemicals too, right?
Basic thing and chemicals. And the toilet doesn't get enough love, but I think that the other thing that Dometic is bringing to the table is you guys have heard of our CFX coolers. That's our electric cooler, and it can run off of a battery. We have awesome high-powered batteries that are super easy to use. And some of these coolers are dual zone, so you'll have a freezer and a cooling section. The whole gamut with that is you don't need ice anymore unless you're making cocktails. That's the only thing you're going to need ice for. And then another product that we have, there's a lot of people that work in their semis, or they work in their Amazon vehicles, or they are having their big trucks, their dualies, they're obviously their Fords and Chevys. We now have a product called the CCFT. And it can go in the middle of your two seats in your console, your center console of your truck. To be honest, I need that in my Volkswagen, but it's not there yet. So that is a product that you guys, when you see it, you're going to want it. And it's really cool. It's sexy. And so some of the conversation that we will have with our RVers is about, hey, like today, I had a gentleman say to me, Sarah, I want one of your coolers. And I was like, all right, buddy, like, give me your phone number. Let's talk about how I can get you. Maybe I'm going to get a dealer to bring him a cooler. I don't know yet. I'm figuring that out. But, he's there with a high-end motorhome. He's got all the bells and whistles, but the thing he didn't have was a cooler. And then, then we talk about, okay, how's your AC running? My AC's going good. Okay, good. How's your reefer? What else do you need next? And so that's the thing I think about Dometic, that people know us to be an RV supplier, and that's true. where we are, our focus and our foundation has always been the RV industry, from the manufacturer to the dealer to the customer. But I think the thing that's new about Dometic is we're also making products that help people stay out longer and make mobile living easier. And so that's the exciting part that I get to come out and talk about sexy coolers right after I talk about the toilet.
It looks like, Sarah, what you're doing is expanding the base, not just the person who has the 40-foot diesel pusher with the ice maker, et cetera, but the portable ones for the tent camper, or for the person with the pop-up that might not have all the bells and whistles. Am I right?
Yeah, you have to, when you think about the outdoors and you think about people, it's funny. Horky and I both live on the river in Elkhart, and we both have boats. And I know in my family we have trucks and we have RVers, and I think that's why. Wrapping this back to why you have a truck, you usually love being in boats, and they have coolers. And so we want to make sure that no matter how you're getting in the outdoors, we want to make sure that Dometic is going to make that mobile lifestyle easy for you. Even if maybe you're just the soccer mom that takes the kids around on the weekend, but you're spending 4 hours at a soccer game, we've got some products that can help that easier for you as well.
John was going right where I was going. I think that our dealers, and I've spoken to several of them, I won't say they're missing the boat, because they don't have to worry about business these days. They got enough business to last them forever almost. But they have to think outside the box on this. And these coolers, I still think, are the best kept secret in the industry. We've got 2 or 3 people that are making them, but until you talk to somebody about it, it's not there. They don't think about it. And every person in the town that a dealership is located in needs one of these coolers.
Well, look what Yeti's done with people buying those Yeti things, whether they need them or not. From that perspective,
and Yeti has stayed true to their brand and true to their positioning, and they've done very well. And so I think the difference, this is from my perspective, from a Dometic and a Yeti, is we're thinking about the entire life of the consumer, not just your cooling, but also, do you have the comfortable and durable toilet? Do you have the awning to lay under to make relaxing easier? I can't tell you how many people today I saw sitting out under their awning, sitting in their chairs, obviously camping and cooking and enjoying a lifestyle that's outdoors. And then speaking of cooking, obviously you've pulled up the images of our stoves and our products that are across the board. But I think that's the difference about Dometic, is we're really making sure that your lifestyle outdoors is easier. So there's a bit more depth and breadth to our product line. And our innovation, kind of always pushing that limit.
Yeah. So Frank asked, you have a portable cooler to fit on the back of a full dresser motorcycle. I don't know. That might be.
What is so funny? It's Frank. So funny that you ask, because I don't believe we have that product here in America, but I would tell you just to keep watching Dometic, because I do know that product does exist. It exists overseas, and we are a global company. And I think some of the things, life is different overseas. RVing is different. They do a lot more things. Their RVs are a little bit smaller. They're a little bit different because their land is different. But the other things that they do, they're outside in different ways. And so there is a cooler over there, I do believe.
Love their scooters and their motorcycles, and they run around town with them. That's right. Yeah,
exactly. So, I think that's the great thing about Dometic. You never know kind of like what's up our sleeve. So don't hold your breath, but also don't stop looking for it.
Let's go back to Walter Swenson here for a second, our resident. He's the president of the Good Sam Group in Massachusetts, et cetera.
That's not it.
Not that one, Bob.
Yeah.
We have hauled our Dometic portable from Massachusetts to Florida about 8 times already. Such a valuable tool in COVID times and travel. Now, we should tell you this. Sarah, Walter can make it from New England to the other side of Orlando faster than any human that's not in an airplane.
Okay.
And he violates speed law.
He's been known to make it in about 14 hours. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So a little bit of a lead foot. All right. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And he doesn't get tickets. So, Mark wants to know if any of these products are on display at the Springfield show. I honestly don't know, Mark.
Yeah, I don't know that either, Mark, but I would tell you that, the Springfield show would probably have a dealer that may have some of those products, but I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? There are dealers that don't carry everything that y'all sell because the scope is so wide.
Yeah.
From, stoves that the public doesn't buy stoves, the Keystone and Thor and Winnebago buy stoves.
Yeah. Correct. I would say,
but
let me jump back to NASCAR.
You can check out. You can always check out our full product line at themedic.com, and you'll want to click on outdoor, and then that category is for all of us that are in boats or marine or RVs or just general outdoor. You can click on that, and you'll be able to kind of see the full lineup. But yeah, there are some dealers that carry a different, I guess you could say, like, type of product. Not everybody will have an electric cooler, but you should go in there and ask them for it.
Right. The more you ask them, it'll cover.
NASCAR.
The big race on Sunday. Do you have a favorite driver? Were you in
NASCAR?
Sir. Oh, you do? Well, that was quick. Okay. And
do I have a favorite driver? No. So I have to tell you, I'm a little bit of a NASCAR novice. This is the first time that I'll probably sit through, a whole race and the whole experience. And I have to give a shout out to the NASCAR folks. Charlie Templeton has been our sales rep, and Leah Rivera. The thing about this group, obviously NASCAR is so huge, but these people have been some of the most down-to-earth, helpful, and truly hospitable people that I've worked with in a very long time. And so they are having us as their guests to experience NASCAR the whole week from start to finish. And we will be with Jordan, obviously, tomorrow and Friday. And we're going to have some dealers here with us, and we'll be entertaining them. But then NASCAR has really kind of started to entertain us to make sure we get the right treatment. So
they've only got a tiny bit of your budget for now.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
That's why they're entertaining you. They want a bigger piece of that
pie.
I
know. Yeah,
John,
you can't.
So the place for the folks to see Dometic this weekend is in the truck race. And the truck series, we should note the truck series is sponsored by Camping World. So that's got the RV flavor to it also. So there's a big RV there.
What's on your watch, girl?
And
what's on that watch?
What's on my watch?
That's a big watch.
This one?
Yeah.
Well, I do like a big watch. I don't know if you can see it.
What is it, Mickey Mouse or something?
No, it's literally just a watch. We do want to encourage everybody to watch on Friday the truck series. It's at 7. It's on FS1. Definitely, obviously, supporting the number 3 car, Jordan Anderson, the number 3 truck. And then in the Xfinity race, he will have a driver that it'll be the number 31 car. And we won't have our logo on that, but we support our team, no matter what.
Who's driving the 31, do you know? In the Xfinity?
She doesn't know that yet.
You know what? I knew you guys were going to ask that.
For first place
his first name is Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's be honest about that. Like,
Matt
Jordan has come in.
Matt DiPietro?
Not Kenson.
I don't
know. Matt.
Yeah, you guys are killing me with this question.
Hey,
but
we'll see you in New Hampshire. I may go down to Arlington.
But let me explain.
Well, let's remember that Jordan has come in. Jordan's come in twice in the truck series last year in Daytona. So I think the question you should be asking me is, what are you going to do when he wins? And we're going to be pretty excited And obviously we're looking forward to being there with him in the winner's circle and
Right.
taking pictures and
then
you are going to want to come see me.
All right. Now here's a question for you, because you're the marketing manager, because, John and I don't pull any punches. When they go, when he wins and you're all up on the stage and they start taking the hats on, taking the hats off, did you bring a box of Dometic hats so that you have a Dometic picture with your driver?
Yes, I do. Guys, we've got the full gear. Like, we've
Matt
got
Look, Hooky, she's the real deal.
Matt Tift.
She can come back.
Ryan looked him up. Matt Tift, T-I-F-T.
She's got a box full of hats for the winner's circle.
Got a box full of hats. I've got shirts. I've got T-shirts. And for the guy who is out on the out in the field tomorrow, definitely tell him to swing by. We can make sure we get him a hat and a T-shirt. But for sure, you know, I take care of my team. I'm gonna have Jordan wearing the red, wearing the gold and black.
That's John's brother, Michael. He's the younger. He's the younger and better looking DiPietro. But I will tell him to swing by tomorrow before you get in the race and introduce himself. So,
but he's there on Friday. I think he's there Friday.
I'm sorry. I keep thinking tomorrow is Friday. Yep. But we will do that. Sarah, I want to thank you. And people should know, Sarah and I just connected yesterday, and she was able to juggle her schedule. I happened to see the press release on it, and I'm a NASCAR junkie, and I love the idea of having RV companies. And I called her. I actually sent her a text and LinkedIn, and we connected last night and put this whole thing together. So, Sarah, you are a real trooper, and you are the real deal.
Well,
so you
can
come back to RVing.
Did you know about Kevin's? Did you know the Horky thing?
Did not know the relationship with Horky. No,
we just had dinner with him a couple weeks ago.
Nope.
If I knew that,
no, that is a pure coincidence. Yeah. It brings me a lot of joy to know he hopped on here, and I'm gonna have to give him a shout when I hang up for sure. He's my friend.
Sarah, I don't want you to feel too cool. He's on with us every week.
Oh, okay. You know what's so funny, and we all know this about Horky, he will tell you when you're not cool, and then he'll tell you when you are cool. So I do appreciate that, man. He's good people. He's got my heart for sure.
Great. Fantastic. Perfect. Sarah,
thanks so much. Very much. We're way over time.
We're going to do a plug for our sponsor. 5 minutes over. The closing video, but we will be in touch, Sarah, and we definitely want to work with you in New Hampshire. We'll do whatever we can to help you and Dometic out.
Sounds good. Okay. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate you guys. We'll be in touch.
As I drive by the Speedway on Sunday, I'll wave to you.
That sounds good. Right. You better.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. All right, folks. Great show tonight, and thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I know we didn't get to many of your comments, but we will go back through and answer them for you, and I'll ask Sarah to do the same thing in case she's got time. But we are sponsored now by Seacoast RVs on Route 1 in Saco, Maine, creating family fun on Route 1. Park model specialist, #1 park model dealer in the country for Krupp, and the newest Winnebago motorized dealer in the country. See them this week at the Springfield show starting on Friday. They will have a big display there with the Krupp, and this is their 60th anniversary show. And that's an all-volunteer show. That's the group of volunteer campers that put that show on, and they do a tremendous job with it and have a good fun. I will be posting on our Nerve to Facebook page the Nerve to dealers and members who will be at the show, so make sure that you stop in and see them also. John, any closing comments before we hit the video?
Special thanks to our 2 guest co-hosts tonight. And,
yes, they did a great job.
Special thanks to our audience. Always special thanks to our audience. We appreciate you more than you can imagine.
Thanks very much, everybody. See you next week.
This edition of RVing in New England was a presentation of the New England RV Dealers Association. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.